please.
Linden COI.
And you give us your address.
That's the 9 years Rappel.
Did you know Shemroy Boye?
Yes.
Where is he now? Is he Shemroy's mother? Is Shemroy still alive? Do you know when he died? Did have you seen a death certificate for him?
Yes.
If I were to show that to you, would you be able to identify it? Is that Shemroy's death certificate?
Yes.
Inspector Beck, please. Commissioners, I was wondering whether, after you've seen it, if I could just lay over the full copy of the certificate, because that might be needed later on. Oh, you have one already? Okay. Now, Shemroy, according to that, Inspector Beck, contender. Exhibit number 190. Oh, so also you'll end up with two 19s, but you'll be able to differentiate. Okay. On that, your son was 24 years old when he died. And could you tell us what was his? Was he employed at the time of his death? Used to work in the market with. Okay, could you just speak a little closer to the microphone? And
He was at the market. He used to work with a guy named Ramesh. He used to help Ramesh and Ramesh. He was salary, 10,000, and he come and give that piece to help his brother.
okay, so you used to work with Ramesh, who used to give him a salary, and you used to get a small piece.
Yes.
Do you know how much Ramesh used to pay him?
Yeah, they know it.
For what? A month, a week, a year? 10,000 for what? And this small piece that you used to get, how much was that? All right, we'll be coming to that just now. And how much of the small piece did he give to you? Did he live with you? And you said he had two brothers. Can you give us their names, please? And they lived with you as well? They also lived with you, is that correct? Now, Shemroy, your son, he would work how many days a week?
Every day
Goes to the road every day. And as far as you're aware, did he have any medical issues? Is he ill in any way? Now his two brothers, you said he used to look after them. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Did he have any medical issues? Was he ill in any way? Did he have any incapacities? Okay. Could you speak up? The commissioners are not able to. Okay. Now, the two brothers, his two brothers, what were their names?
Kelvin, Wade, and Morris Wade.
And how old were those brothers?
Morris is 30 and Kelvin is 50.
Now, you said that, sorry, I don't want to assume that you said, I thought maybe you said, they were working? Did Shemroy look after them? Why were they not working? You have to, remember the commissioners wouldn't understand all the local terms. Go ahead, the little one. You use the term, Were they born that way? And from the time they were born, who looked after them?
I used to look after them.
And are you working? Are you working?
Yeah, that's what
Where do you work?
used to work.
Where do you do your security work? I know. With who? Whose property do you guard? And that property you guard is in Georgetown and in Linden? It's in Georgetown. And can you tell us what your level of pay is?
Well, my pay is, I work 12 hours, but my pay is sometimes 30,000
That's 30,000 per what?
a month.
Now, apart from yourself, Shemroy, and your two other sons, did anybody else live in that house?
Yes, my sister and my two sisters.
Two sisters? And you have their names?
One way and one way.
And where were they employed? Now, in terms of your immediate family, that's yourself, Shemroy, and your two other sons. Apart from yourself and Shemroy, do you have any other source of income? It's just yourself and Shemroy. Who worked?
I work.
You and Shamroy. There's two of you.
Okay. Now, Shemroy, now you described the difficulty that your other two sons had. Did Shemroy have that problem too? He didn't have that problem. And since Shemroy's passing, have you got any form of assistance, financial assistance? From who? Public assistance.
Yeah, but public assistance for it.
You got public assistance for him. And how much is that public assistance?
I get
11,000 for that's the two sons that are living. No, I'm not asking about that. Since Shemroy died, have you got any sort of financial assistance, any compensation, any sort of money for Shemroy's death? Huh? No. And your appearance here today is claiming on behalf of his estate. I have no further questions.
She applied to the court for letters of administration or for probate or anything like that.
I'm glad you asked that, Mr. Chairman. The reason that was not pursued was that when they announced that the commission would be considering compensation, we didn't want to have parallel legal proceedings at the same time. So we held on that. The commission was being established to address that issue. And we didn't want to be met with the argument that we had court proceedings.
But that would, you couldn't put that forward because that argument would not be a valid argument.
Well, Your Honor, we couldn't have high court proceedings going for compensation and also be appearing before you and asking for
I
compensation.
don't know what your jurisdiction is like, but from your evidence, this will be in the High Court.
It's a little bit
The value of that estate will be in the High Court.
Well, it would be in the High Court here because to claim, the only forum that has jurisdiction to make an award for damages for wrongful death would be the High Court.
You tell us about that because in our jurisdiction, there is no certain amount you can apply in the resident magistrate's court.
Not in matters of estate administration.
I think it's cross purpose. Not a matter of compensation. It doesn't matter entitlement, whether or not she is the person.
I appreciate that.
So that all you do be applying for letters.
I appreciate that, sir. And
And so the question really is, has such an application.
an application to be prepared and filed but not granted.
that guy.
Not grantees, yeah. That process takes a long time. You can apply for letters of administration at Lighton for the purpose of, as well. I don't have to explain that for you, but there's no at Lighton, but we didn't apply that Lighton for obvious reasons, which I just explained.
You say it's not grant. Has it been made? Has it been filed?
Yes, to be prepared in the list of assets or
Prepared and been filed are two different things.
I appreciate that, sir.
Prepared and have it in your office. It
No,
becomes effective when our process becomes effective when you have handed it in to the authorities.
I appreciate that, sir.
Have you reached that?
Well, I was about to explain the stage is that, sir. We have to list the assets and it has to be declared at the Revenue Authority. And the response that we have not, it is at the Revenue Authority. It hasn't been filed at the probate registry if that's the application.
But she would be the,
Yes, she is the applicant. She's the applicant. Sorry, just one final question. If I may. Did Shamroy have any children?
Anything?
I would have more questions for this one.
With your sons, one is, you said 30 years old. How old are your two living sons?
Morris is 19 and Kelvin is 15.
19 and 15?
29 and 15.
Okay, Kelvin is 15.
Yes,
And Morris is how? 29 or 19? Which one?
29.
29.
But this statement we have says Kelvin is 17 years old.
She said 15. It's really 15.
Yes.
And the other son is really 29. And both of them are not so well, as it is said, right? And they were depending on the insurance.
He died on the 18th of July. About how many months or years before he had been walking with Ramesh?
Yes, 2 years, 3 years, no, no.
About
3 years.
what he used to do. Tell us, you know what he used to do? Don't be afraid, you're among friends.
Well, he used to go to Ramesh said he wanted to buy bikes or anything, and drinks and cycles. That was done.
Oh, so he did errands?
Yeah,
for-
yes, yes.
And what's that when Ramesh had a stall at the
Yes,
market?
yes, that's done.
What sort of stall he had?
I don't know what it is. He said it was a snacks.
For Ramesh sold snacks at the market. And he was did a short run. Did they run about for Ramesh?
Yeah. But this was very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Lewis, good morning. Can you speak clearly into the mic and address the commissioners of Surrey Valley, as the case may be? Can you give us your name and address, please, sir?
Clyde Lewis, 68 areas my houses.
Did you know Alan Lewis?
Yeah, he's my brother. Was my brother.
And can you tell us what happened to him?
He died on the 18th of July.
Which year?
On the 18th of July.
Which year?
Last year, 2012.
If you were to see a copy of his death certificate, would you be able to identify it?
Sure.
Is that his death certificate? Respectfully, attendant, please. Can the same be applied to the Exhibit 20, I believe? And I can retrieve the image. Can you tell us what did Alan do prior to his death? Was he employed?
Well, he wasn't employed by a company, but he personally did like masonry, carpentry, and so forth, clearing lands and such like.
And was that employment steady or intermittent?
Intermittent as the work came along.
And where was he living at the time of his death?
With his mom at 67 and his mom was scheme.
And at the time of his death, did he have any dependents?
His mom and he has 2 sons.
Can you give us the name of his mother, please?
Daphne Lewis.
Daphne.
Daphne Lewis.
Is she present?
Yeah.
Can you just point her out for me, please? Oh, sorry. Could you come forward?
Come.
No, she doesn't have to wait in the box. Is that his mother?
Yeah, this is his mom.
Sure, thank you. Just. And you said he had 2 sons?
Yeah, he has 2 sons.
Can you give us their names, please?
Rodwell and Orlando.
And do you know how old they are?
Yeah, Rodwell is 21 years of age, and Orlando he's 19.
And do you know if those 2 sons are employed, or is any of them employed?
The older one is attending UG, and the other finished keep, and he's at home, probably waiting to seek employment.
And were you familiar with the approximate income of your brother Alan?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you give us, as far as you know, what information do you have on that?
The last time I know that the last job that he did, right, and the money he had given his mom was $40,000 from that.
And that would have been when, prior to his death? How long before his death?
Probably about a week before or so.
And where was that plot of land located?
I think it was in the Mills Ward.
No. So you're saying he supported his mother, your mother as well?
Yeah, my mom. He's our dependent.
And his 2 sons?
And his 2 sons also.
Now, you said his employment was intermittent. Can you give us an idea of how intermittent that was, how often he would actually get jobs, and how often he was off?
Not more than a month.
Not more than about what?
No, not more than a month.
Not more than about what? That he was employed or was not employed?
Not more than a month. He was not employed. The jobs came along pretty often.
Okay, and on average during any given 30-day period or any month,
yeah,
how often would he get a job?
2 weeks, sometimes a week.
2 times a week?
Sometimes a week,
Sometimes a week.
yeah.
Now, did he have any special skills or qualifications?
No, I don't have any qualification, but yeah, he was.
No, it's not a problem. I'm just making sure that. And you've identified. Sorry.
Would you not masonry as a special skill?
Yeah.
You said you would get jobs about, is it twice per month, you said?
Probably twice a month.
Okay, now you said the last job he had prior to that was cleaning a plot. Now, before that, did you have any recollection of when he worked either as a mason or a carpenter?
A couple of months ago, before cleaning about a month ago or so, I think he was doing a little masonry work for somebody in San Road.
So about a month before he cleared that.
He was doing a little masonry work for somebody in San Road.
And are you familiar with what the rates were, at what rates he was paid when he was doing masonry work?
No.
Now, the building that Alan occupied, was that owned by him or a member of your family?
No.
It's owned by your mother. And you pray, I don't know the issue. Is your mother employed?
No, she's a pensioner.
Okay. I have no further questions.
How old was your brother?
He was 46.
Not 66, that's it.
No,
sorry.
that is
No,
wrong.
Sorry, I have the correct.
46.
Yeah,
The certificate, sorry. Mr. Commissioner, the certificate I just showed you is 46.
46.
Apparently the registrar's office had an error, so I actually did show you the one that has 46. So maybe they can correct it so that you have the correct photocopy in here.
Thank you.
Mr. Denver?
Where you live in the Linden area?
Yeah, I was living with them.
And where your brother live?
In Linden.
What about you live in Linden? You don't live in the same house, do you?
No, sir.
Oh. What part of Linden you live?
I live with my house in Ski.
This one was place and the other side. Where you live?
He lives also with my house in Ski.
So both of you.
Yeah, the different houses.
How far away was he living
Just the opposite.
from? Did he go to primary school or just went to second and primary?
He attended a primary school.
From the time he left school, he was serious. Well, he was, what do we call it? A self-employed laborer or what do we call it?
I call him a man of many skills. Yeah, he's an all-rounder.
Call him an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Because he was a carpenter, he was a mason as well. And he would need people's places, right? Is that so?
Yes, sir.
You prefer to call him an all-rounder.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Lewis, you
Yes,
would
ma'am.
testify that he would get various jobs at different times, but roughly, what portion of the month you, or any month you would say he worked for? Half the month, 2/3 of the month, and the average?
Repeat your question,
What
madam.
portion of the month would he work for on the average? He didn't work a full month because it wasn't consistent, right? So what portion of, well, let's put it in the year. Year has 12 months. What portion of the year would he work for?
He works junior. I can't give you exact figure or time. I know
The time?
he works junior as the jobs came along.
I
he would
appreciate that,
occupy.
but we are trying to understand, how regular it was. So if you have to make an average assessment of his income, you need to look at whether it was 3/4 of the year or half the year, roughly. You understand? So
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to find out. You see half of the time you work?
Or 3/4 of the year.
You don't know. You said 4. Is it half or 3/4 or what?
Either half or 3/4, but
What was his monthly income on average? Because you gave us different figures, but you didn't give us an average.
I can give you an average, mom, because as I stated, the last job that I know he did prior to his death was
40,000.
was clearing up a lot of
And
money.
that was over what period of time?
Probably about 2 weeks or so.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks or could be more.
And before that, he had some other little job, you said.
Yeah, he did.
And that was 2 weeks before,
About a month before or so.
a month before. And the money that he would give his mother, you said he often provided her with sums, right?
Yeah.
Right, but you could tell us how often that was.
No.
Once a month, twice,
I know he supported her and she depended on him. I can't tell you if it's the amount and the weekly or whatever. I know he supported her. She depended on him.
But you also supported her. You live just opposite.
Well, I will chip in now and then because I have my family.
You live at 68 and they live at 67, right?
Yeah, man.
One is it's Orlando is the younger one.
Yeah, Orlando is the younger one.
And Ronald is the 21 year who goes to the University of Guyana.
Rodwell is the 21.
Rodwell. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.